Welcome, everyone. I'm Stu Harrison with the Chamber of Commerce and also the Easter Seals Telethon. Been a host for many, many years, and it's a real honor to be able to MC our press conference today for the 50th anniversary of the Easter Seals Telethon here in Peterborough, and also marking the 100th anniversary of Easter Seals in Ontario. So it's quite a special year, and we're going to do everything that we can to make the telethon special. The telethon will be running on April 10th from 10 until 4 p.m. and it will have the usual array of local celebrities. Graham and Catherine will be manning the phone banks, Mike Melnick at the Angel Board, Kaylee Bedore and Teresa Kasuba, who do such a great job of profiling the kids, and they'll be doing those interviews in advance, and those will be happening in the Kids Corner. So we're really excited about this year's telethon. It's, I guess, the third version of what you could call a compromise telethon, but you know, when you look back at the last couple of years of the pandemic and what we've managed to pull off with the telethon, it really has been remarkably successful. The fact that we've had one, and the fact that everyone has stepped up, from the business community and their sponsorships to the community itself and all the phoned in pledges, and YourTV and Global Peterborough, and the way that they've managed to keep us amplifying the message out there to the community. So it's really been heartwarming to know that we've been able to pull it off, and we're going to do that again this year. It's my pleasure to introduce Deputy Mayor Kemi Akapo, who is going to bring greetings from the city and also declare March as Easter Seals Month. So Kemi, over to you.
Thanks so much, Stu. It's my pleasure and my honor to join you all here today. One of my fondest memories of Easter Seals is getting a phone call from one of our local celebrities asking me to donate, and I was thrilled to be able to do so. So looking forward to that again. And again, yes, I'm here to representing the city of Peterborough. I'm very glad to be reading the proclamation today. So I'll just go ahead and do that right now. So whereas Easter Seals Ontario is celebrating its 100th year, helping children, youth, and young adults with physical disabilities, and whereas Easter Seals helps families of kids with physical disabilities with financial assistance to purchase necessary equipment such as wheelchairs, walkers, ramps, lifts, and communication aids, and whereas Easter Seals also uses fundraising money to send kids to fully accessible camps where kids enjoy recreational programs such as swimming, fishing, archery, and art classes. And whereas Easter Seals relies on the generosity of local donors, sponsors, and volunteers to help children within our region. And whereas Easter Seals Month is a fundraising and awareness campaign for kids with physical disabilities. During March and April, our community shows its support to local families through fundraising initiatives and creates awareness through events such as the Peterborough Easter Seals Telethon, which is celebrating its 50th show this year, and the Peterborough Rotary Carl Oak Swimathon and the sale of paper eggs. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Kemi Akapo, Deputy Mayor of the City of Peterborough and Councillor for the City of Peterborough, do hereby proclaim March as Easter Seals Month in the City of Peterborough. Thank you so much.
But thank you so much, Kemi. We really appreciate you taking the time. We have some royalty in the house in the form of Easter Seals Ontario CEO Kevin Collins, who certainly brings his own unique and individual perspective to Easter Seals. So Kevin, over to you.
Thank you very much. And I wanted to start off by thanking each and every one of you for taking the time to join us here today. The past 2 years have been challenging in many, many ways. And it's only through the generosity and the support of good people like you that that's been able to allow us to keep the doors open for our children and our families who rely on us so much. It's because of you, we've had a lot to celebrate and look forward to this year. As many of you know, and has already been mentioned, 2022 is a monumental year. We're celebrating our 100th anniversary here at Easter Seals Ontario. Not only are we celebrating the centennial, but also celebrating the 75th anniversary of 3 of our legacy programs. our ambassador program. March is Easter Seals Month, and the Seals themselves are all celebrating 75 years. But equally exciting is the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the telethon being hosted in the Peterborough region. What an incredible accomplishment. You know, we're extremely proud of these milestones, but we know that they have only been achieved through the fierce dedication and commitment of people like you, people who understand the need to be there for their community, even during the most challenging of times. The support and commitment of our donors over the past 100 years has helped to lay the foundation for programs, services, institutions, and organizations that continue to make differences in the lives of kids with physical disabilities today. The legacy we've created together, it's truly profound. And you're incredibly honored, we're incredibly honored and grateful that you continue to stand with Easter Seals as we head into our second century of creating a better world for children and youth with physical disabilities. Easter Seals, I wanted to share with you, has always relied on the grassroots support of communities across Ontario. And it is the local events like the Peterborough Regional Telethon that continue to remove limitations for kids with disabilities so they can keep their living their lives to the fullest, especially for the next 100 years. Your support during the telethon will help increase awareness of the issues Easter Seals kids face and raise support for programs and services they need. So on behalf of Easter Seals and all of the children, not only throughout the Peterborough region, but throughout the entire province of Ontario, I want to sincerely thank you for continuing to believe in the potential of all children and youth with physical disabilities. And thank you for your support of Easter Seals and Easter Seals kids and families. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. It's a pleasure to have you back, and we really appreciate you taking the time to grace our press conference. We really appreciate it. If you're going to have a telethon, then you'd better have a television station, and we have two of them, and both with a very long history. And if we were to sort of go through the history of how the telethon was hosted and when, and some of the behind the scenes things that had to happen in order to make it happen, it would take a long time, but let's just leave it that both YourTV and Global Peterborough have a long history of cooperation, and it allows us, as I said earlier, to amplify the message to the entire area, and it's just worked so well for so many years. And so we'd like to hear from both representatives, and we'll start with David FEELEY from YourTV. David?
This is a monumental year for Easter Seals, and I only wish we could be, celebrating it in the way we would with a massive celebration and a telethon where everyone is invited. But I think we can hopefully say this is the last time we're having this by Zoom and a smaller contingent in our studio. It'll be a little bit bigger than last year and a little bit bigger than the year before, and that's a good sign. We love doing the telethon. It really is something that we wait for all year long, and our staff and our volunteers get incredibly excited about and pour their whole hearts into it. And this year, we're just thrilled that we'll see, hopefully, some of the kids back in studio. I always say how much fun it is to see them running around and stealing Timbits, and I look forward to that happening again this year. So on behalf of us, I'd like to congratulate Easter Seals on the amazing work they do and the number of milestones they're celebrating this year. And thank you for letting us be a part of it.
Thank you, David. Ron KRONSTEIN from Global TV doesn't have the unique advantage of Graham Hart as having seen almost every one of the last 50 telethons, or 49 telethons, I guess. But I know you still bring your enthusiasm and support and your perspective as well. So Ron, let's hear from you.
Wow, 50 years of a live telethon, 6 hours long, doing such incredible community work. I can't think of another organization that's been at this for 50 years. Many have come and gone, and many have disappeared, but 50 years here in Peterborough to raise money for kids with physical disabilities in the Easter Seals is a phenomenal achievement. And the fact that it's still going strong and growing every year is an even greater achievement and a testament to how strong this community of Peterborough and the Kawarthas is. Doing 6 hours of live television at any time is a monumental task, as David can attest to. But the show gets better and better every year. And on behalf of myself and Brenda O'Brien, our sales manager, and everybody at Global Peterborough, and everybody who was at Checks before that. We're really, really proud to be part of this again. We're really proud to be part of such a great community effort and a successful community effort at the same time. And we're looking forward to the big show on April 10th, and it's going to be something to watch. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate it. And as I said, it doesn't happen without the two of you. Graham, I can't not think back to some of the early days of the telethon. I'm pretty sure this is my 45th year, and you've got a couple of more on me. And let's just chat a little bit about some of your memories of the early days of the telethon, and perhaps some of the shenanigans that went on behind the scenes.
Well, it could be wild, Stu. I remember those live shows, of course, up on the hill when we had lots of studio space. And we'd have two studios probably in motion. And I can remember Fred Berry, of course, as the orchestrator of all of that in studio work. And it was that was a show in itself. Fred was quite a character who just passed away this past November, and remained a character till the end of his life. I used to get in to see him occasionally in the last days and weeks and months of his life. He was a character, and the show was live. Nothing was taped. It was all, and he would grab a cane and jokingly want to haul somebody off who was performing and going to sing another song. It was great fun, and it always has been great fun, and I think always rewarding. I know it has been rewarding for me to be a part of it, and I think I've done it for 49 years. I think this is the 50th edition of the telethon. Started in 73, am I correct? And so this is 72, that's 50 years. And I missed one when I was in Europe, and nobody was prepared to fly me back for the telethon. And we didn't have Zoom back then, which would have made it possible. Anyway, I have such fond memories of those early days. I guess the live component, which is, of course, is live today, but we have a lot of things, we had talent on site, and to control all of that was a massive task for those who did it, and they did it remarkably well. And of course, it's done remarkably well today. It's slick, it's professional, and Stu, you do a wonderful job as the host and always have, and it's just a pleasure to be part of it.
Thank you for your words. I remember the talent as well, shuffling people in and out. It was all acoustic, of course, but Peterborough's best and brightest local entertainers. I also remember when we sort of pivoted into recording them in advance, and just sort of the production that was involved in getting all of that coordinated, because it was obviously, tape and a lot of very different technology back then. But I also remember doing pledge challenges. Someone would come on and they would literally pledge $2 and challenge everyone else in the real estate industry to match their pledge of $2. And the Rotary Club had the Peterborough Ham Radio Club. It was radio dispatching Rotarians who would go filter out across the city, picking up $2 pledges from people's front porches. And so, I can remember totals for the night of, $20,000, $30,000 for the entire telethon, business sponsorships. And I mean, it was such a shadow of what it is today, when you think financially, but then you also think the infrastructure and some of the things that we did, that, you just sort of, just enter your card online and your pledge is done. And it's, you don't need a radio dispatch Rotarian to come and pick up your pledge. But I don't know, it's just some wacky things that when you think of it structurally, that I just really have fond memories of. We'll hand you over to the development manager for Easter Seals Eastern Ontario, Coralie Jacobs.
So thank you for joining our virtual Easter Seals Telethon launch today as we continue our efforts to keep everyone safe. It's kind of what's great about telethon is it lends itself naturally to the COVID way of staying safe, staying home, and phoning in. So this is Easter Seals 100th year, and Peterborough is celebrating our 50th telethon. Our families have a long and proud history of overcoming their challenges, and COVID-19 has really been no different. With lockdowns and canceled appointments, delayed treatments, virtual schoolings, our families have faced these challenges and had to find a way through. The needs of our families didn't go away during COVID-19. In fact, they were magnified. During isolations, our families were quick to realize that their homes have been ill-equipped for full-time care. The equipment and services that used to wait for their kids in programming, in schools, and at their therapy appointments were now needed for 24/7 care. Families need us more now than ever, so we will do what we know how to do, and we will find our way to help. The telethon goal this year is $80,000, but I'm secretly hoping in the spirit of our 100th anniversary that maybe we'll reach $100,000. So let's go. Please tune into YourTV and Global Peterborough and watch some of the incredible intensities produced by our own Marcus Ferguson. You will see for yourself that the support that you give at the telethon really does work. It really does make a difference. We have also been having a little bit of fun with our 50th telethon celebrations. We are going to be visiting with 12 VIP of telethons past, sharing stories from past volunteers, hosts, Easter Seals families. There will be fond memories, aha moments, and even love stories. So don't miss the telethon as we reminisce the good old days up on the hill and catch up with our old friends. Thank you, David FEELEY, for letting us take over the YourTV studios. Thank you, Marcus, for the hours of work and time that you spend to ensure that these stories are told as well as we tell them. Thank you to our hosts. The studios will be a little bit quieter this year. We're hoping to have one ambassador in each hour, but we're still on the same mission. Stu Harrison, Mike Melnick, Catherine Hanrahan, Graham Hart, Teresa Kashuba, and Kaylee Bedore, thank you. Thank you to Ron KRONSTEIN and Brenda O'Brien from Global Peterborough for partnering with us and helping us reach the global audience. We hope very much to have your support on April 10th from 10 until 4 on YourTV and Global Peterborough. Pick up the phone and pledge or go online, and let's work together to help kids be kids and hit our $100,000 goal. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thanks to everyone. Everything's been mentioned. Everyone has been thanked. So I'll just close off by thanking our friends in the media for helping us spread the word and for everyone attending today. Thanks again.
The Peterborough Easter Seals Telethon is celebrating its golden anniversary this April. Your donations go to support local families and can help make a big difference in a child's life. Join us Sunday, April 10th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Global Peterborough and YourTV, or visit eastersealstelethon.org/Peterborough to make an online donation. The Easter Seals Telethon, helping kids with physical disabilities succeed for 50 years.